All right, we are live and we are excited to be back with the awesome Sarah and David of Fesiuk Films. And they've got some huge news. We wanted to announce that and show you how you can watch the film that's the best ever biblical Earth documentary, Origins Untold, Ancient Cosmology. So, what's the big news, guys? How can we view this? And what's going to happen in the future with this film? Because people have been wanting to watch it for a while, and we're excited to announce that they can.
Mm-hmm. So far we're on Roku channel. They accepted us sometime
Sorry about that.
last month, and now it's finally up on their link. So you can find it on new releases. You can find it as I think new documentaries, and you can search it. And it's really nice because the way we have it set up is so that you can watch it for free with ads. So that makes it so simple. I know everyone wants to have free movies.
And those people who don't have Roku, you can go on your browser and you can just type in Roku channel and then you can search it from there.
Mm-hmm.
So
that actually works.
Okay,
I did that. I did that last night.
Exclusively. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. How was it? How was watching it again for the first time in a while?
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. And my son, he's 14 now. He's watching it, and he was one of the extras in the classroom, and he forgot about that. I'm like, "You're in the film. You're in the classroom." He's like, "Wait, oh yeah, I forgot." So like, we go back and we watch that scene. He's like, "Yeah, there's me," along with some more family members. So it's pretty cool going back, just watching it, seeing my little boy when he's a baby. He was just a few months old back then. But yeah, for those of you who are tuning in after the fact or now, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying it's really cool to rewatch it ourselves because, yeah, I heard that too. It's definitely a delay. It's okay though. Yeah, rewatching it was really neat to rewatch it again because we had to take a break because we watched it so many times during editing. You know what I mean? And after a while, you're like, man, I know this information. I've seen it a lot. You know what I mean? But rewatching it again to see how it was put together and how we found the story, because as you know, when we were filming it, there was no layout or story. It was just questions asked, and we're just trying to find the connections between all of you guys as like characters, And it looks really good. Information's really good. There was actually a comment on one of our YouTube videos like 2 days ago, I believe, where someone watched it the first time, totally against it. And for whatever reason, they wrote in the comments, I decided to circle back and rewatch it again for some reason, and they're glad that they did. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, which is great. And the other cool part is it's no longer just on YouTube. The whole point of getting it on all these other channels is so that people outside of the YouTube circle, where you can't find anything, are now going to find it on these bigger channels, and you're going to have more people learn about this and not have to dig for it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's really cool that Roku picked us up. We do have another platform that already accepted us, and hopefully by next month that will be launched, and that's going to be Tubi. So that's a really cool one. I know a lot of people like to watch things on Tubi.
It's also going to be free.
It's also going to be free again, which is what everybody loves. Free as cheesecake.
I know it's been taking a while to get this film out there. It took it was a long process in the post-production side, getting it set up for distribution, and then them approving the film, and then them pitching it to these streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long time coming, and we're glad it's here now, and it's time to start adding locations where it'll be visible. Because the whole point of it is to get it across the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how they could stop it from going on these platforms.
Then within the next month to 2 months here, we're still working on getting this distributed out on those. But you don't know how they could stop it from going on these platforms. Is that what you said?
Yeah, sorry. There's a big delay. I feel like when I
got you. It was delayed. So.
Yeah, you guys are hearing what I'm saying way later.
It's okay.
I think NASA's.
I'm glad they're not now here. It's okay. The satellite's not above our heads today, guys. Yep. Anyways, what was I going to say to that? I had something to share something to fill in the gap. I was going to say something to that.
Oh yeah, we're excited that they are accepting it.
Oh, I know. Sorry, I'm going to add this before I forget. I think it's easy for them to accept this one because we decided to go about it the way we did, where it wasn't aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, if we would have just hit on the notch and just like kind of point at people, you're wrong, you know, and all that stuff, I don't know if it would have been as widely accepted. One of I believe even the guy that's distributing it for us, working for the company, they said it was how we did it. Like we said in film festivals, we had many people say to us, we wouldn't have accepted this thing if you would have done it a different way. But the way you came at it with just so gentleness and stuff.
It's an open question.
And then you made an open question. You let everyone make the decision. Are we on? Are we frozen?
You're kind of frozen, but I can hear your audio.
Here. Josh is frozen too. We're both frozen? Hold on, guys. We're coming back.
I can hear you guys, but that's it. I can hear you guys, but you're frozen.
Just try
it.
That's what I told you to do.
You me to give you guys the boot? There you go. I didn't kick them out. They left. So while they're gone, I will give an update. Anyone joining in late, good to see all you people here. I just wanted to announce this publicly in case someone misses our little post about it, that you can now watch the documentary that we were blessed to be a part of, Origins Untold, Ancient Cosmology. It's a great one to share with family. This documentary is masterfully done. You will imagine a film crew being there when you watch it, but the people that were just here, Sarah and David, it was literally like those two going around with thousands of pounds of equipment and doing this, you know, with the Father's guidance, obviously, to put this together in a way that is beyond anything that I could have imagined with, again, just two people going around, or I guess three. They had Otto, the main guy, with them, and did all of this. And so never seen anything like this before in person, never been a part of a movie or a movie set or anything. And so it is a documentary, but it's also got that movie feel to it. It's like a mix. The way they did it, you'll have to watch it if you haven't seen it to see what I'm talking about. If you don't have Roku, you can go on the internet. And I did that earlier. I had it up. It's the Roku channel.roku.com. And then just search for it. It'll tell me something's not right. This page isn't available. But when I type in Origins Untold, it actually pulls it up on the internet. And I started watching it last night on there just to see if it worked. So it worked on my end. The same should apply to you. Again, I believe it is the has the word "the" in it, the Roku channel.roku.com/ well, I don't know. I don't go into all that. Let me see if I can share my screen and add David and Sarah to the stage again. Remove this. They're back.
Hey, sorry guys, we're using our phone now. Maybe that'll work better.
That's much better. Perfect.
Yeah, sorry guys. Oh, that's funny.
We're back.
Anyways, we're back. Update us on everything that you share.
Yeah, I was just telling them how this documentary is, that, like you guys said, it's a gentle approach. It's perfect for sharing with people who are either on the fence, nowhere near the fence, people that get angry because it's like you said, it's not aggressive. And it's one of those that is just very comforting and peaceful to watch. There's no abrasiveness. There's no debating. It's just thoughtful points that are spoken by some brilliant people that you guys gathered up to interview and document along the way, as well as some observations that were made during the film. And so I was telling them, it's hard to believe watching it that there's not a film crew. It's just two people and thousands of pounds of equipment going around place to place, unloading, loading back up, starting over, masterfully done. So yeah, it was impressive seeing just a small part of it and being wiped out just from doing a little small scene and thinking about you guys going and doing that over and over and over. You know,
Did you get
it's a lot
wiped
of work.
out? You got wiped out on your day, didn't you?
Yeah, just one day. That was it. I was done.
Yeah. I don't remember how many days we had.
Actually, 2 days. I take that back. Day and a half.
We had quite a few, actually. Yeah, you had 2 days. Everyone had like 2 days of filming almost, and some people might have had 3.
No, it was
I don't
1
know.
day each.
But it was travel. Like I count travel because when you're traveling and you're going a distance, some people might think that's fun, but when you're working and you're traveling, it's not as fun as you think. You have to make it into something fun. Yeah. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of days. I still enjoyed it, gathering the pieces and just doing it documentary style. We're still like, I know I'll briefly mention it. We're still wanting to turn this into a series, like we've mentioned before in the past. I think what our goal now is we're going to work on a specific topic and see if anyone wants to help, us produce that and make that happen.
Yeah, we didn't get enough to make it a series.
Yeah, when we were trying to raise funds and people put money together, we didn't get enough. But we told you, Josh, what we ended up doing with that funds is we created a concept film for a movie that we want to do about Abraham. And we're getting ready to send that off to a studio to see if they'll pick it up because they're the ones that have all the money. So hopefully they do.
Dude, I hope that works out.
I do too. I really, because biblical films, obviously, they touch my heart in a different way.
Especially the stories that are not told in the mainstream church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Abraham, and I would like to see Enoch as a movie. I think the Book of Enoch as a movie would be that would take a lot of special effects though. But the way you guys do movies, I think Abraham would be perfect. Stories like that, like I think the way you make things look, the vibe. I would love to see you guys doing stuff like that. That would be phenomenal. And
with a bigger budget, we would make Enoch work because we're like, before all of this, we're like Lord of the Rings fanatics.
Yeah.
Right? And if you know anything about that, like there's some ideas I have with the Bible and same with him, where we want to use the same tactics that he used to create scene. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, look at the Bible because it's the only way. But yeah, anyways, I just had to add that. So
yeah, Origins Untold's on Roku now. If we blast it and make it trending, it can start going outside of our circle more. That's kind of the plan here.
Well, the longer we get it trending, the more they even they'll put it on the popular. It's like I keep saying the popular page, but it's their main feed, and that's where we want. Right now, it is on the main feed, which is awesome. It's on the main feed of Roku. But we want it to stay there for a really, really long time because that gives more viewership. So.
Yeah, right now it's on new this month, so this month it's in that category. But we want,
And if you don't see it there, go to the homepage, hit search. You don't have to go to any of the apps on Roku. Just go search, and it will pull up Origins Untold. And so all you have to do is, I got all the way to the UNT and Untold, and then it pops up. Of course, it's mixed in with the ancient alien stuff, so you might catch a lot of those people. That'd be great.
That's so
ancient
funny.
Origins.
I'll tell you what, we did a really good job with the graphic, like the artwork for this, because when we're looking at it against other films, it just pops out. The picture graphic, like when you see it, you see the title, Origins Untold, looks interesting, but the picture itself just pops. Yeah. So I was like, that's really awesome. So when you're streaming down the feed, like when you look on the main feed and you see it, you almost want to click on it because it looks that cool. So it's nice.
It looks way better on the Roku. For some reason, just seeing it on the screen, it just gets me excited.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Otto and his cool hats,
Yeah, Otto and his cool hats, man. That's funny.
Yeah, good job for Otto. Having a real skeptic in the film, that was cool. And I'd like to see where he's at now that he's since the premiere when we met him and talked about it, like how much further he's gotten now. I know he's been busy with the last film you guys are doing, but
yeah, I actually want to ask him again. I know that he's definitely leaning more on our side of things. I feel like
the firmament is one.
The firmament is where the question is he doesn't quite understand that. And
that's why I wish I had more time with him. We're gonna have to do part 2. Bring him back. We'll figure this out. I'll show him the footage. There's so many things I wanted to show him, and it was like there's just not enough time. I was like, there's footage of this. There's all these documents. Like there's so many things, and it's hard to get into it with a conversation unless you're like Dave Weiss with the background where you can just point to it, look at it, and pull it up.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He has his whole spew like on auto tune, or what is it called when you eat? It's engraved in his brain. It feels like you can repeat anything so fantastically well that you've heard. He talks about it so much. Just it's stuck up there. It's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you guys were in a lot of film festivals and won a lot of awards for this film. To me, that was the humbling thing, is to see that people are getting out there. People are watching it at festivals, and it's getting accepted into all of them. How many awards did you all finally win with this film?
I think the total was like 11, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow. And there's the cast.
Oh yeah, look at those people, man.
Look at those good-looking folks. Yeah.
Looks great, man.
Yeah. Now, the funny thing is, every time we talk to Otto, he always brings up the Origins Untold series. Like, we gotta make a series. We gotta do the other topics that are fringe, And there's some other ones we want to definitely talk about. But
yeah, I would love to see like the big lies exposed, the age of the earth, like the
Mm-hmm.
dinosaur, the fraudulent stuff in evolution, like all those things. Like there's just so many avenues you could go because it's not that old of a lie. It's kind of like the shape of the earth. It's not that old of a lie.
I
And the
know.
evidence just falls apart when you look at it. Some of it's, most of it's already proven fraudulent, but it's like there's just so much. And there's things you can find now and do that prove that a lot of these things we're finding aren't that old. Yeah,
It's kind of funny that you mentioned that it's like some of these things are not that old of a lie. And the what I mean when I say it's funny is now in the last like 15 years at least for sure, all of it's like coming out. So their lie has been unraveling before them, and it's not even been like a full 100 years. Yeah. If you think about that, I don't know if there's something that's in the scripture that kind of points to why this is happening the way it is, like whether it's the end days, the times are going faster. I don't really know. I just find it interesting that it didn't take long for people to start figuring it out. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I feel like they thought they could cover it up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna work," And then all of a sudden, like, it's not.
Well, technology kind of bit him in the butt.
Yeah.
Technology. It's just crazy. Once I figured it out, I'm like, how did they keep it secret this long? Even if it was just 20 years, that's a long time to convince people they're living on a spherical object that's moving 288 times faster than a bullet. It's like they always add the extra speeds and the extra distances, but it's like how they were able to pull that off for so long. It shows you what they're capable of.
For me, it's because of there wasn't as many dissenting voices. Now you have them everywhere, especially on social media. Back then they didn't have social media, so you just believe what the news told you.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you did your day to day. Now it's like everybody has different opinions, so it's a lot easier now.
I don't feel like, though, I mean, I know we can't know for sure, but I feel like during those times when we think everyone believed, I still think there was a lot of skeptics that just didn't voice it. You know what I mean? Like you go from believing this thing, and then they plant this whole idea of this spinning thing of 1,000 miles, and you know what I mean, like a miracle round in the sky kind of thing with planets and stuff. Like even as a kid, when I was learning this information in school, I kind of thought it was funny. Like I never heard about it or anything until I started going to school, and then I started hearing about it. I remember thinking to myself, how is that even possible? Like, why don't I feel it? You know what I mean? As a kid, I was wondering those same questions. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So,
yeah, our son was watching the documentary and talking about being a child. He's growing up. He's 14 now, but he was watching the documentary, and he would hear the things that were said, and he would be like, "Man, I never thought about that." So it's like it'll give them those new ideas and visuals of things that they hadn't thought of before. These young ones that were blessed to be reaching, especially with things like this. Some of these children, they're at home, their parents trust them to just sit there on the Roku and find things. They're like, here's the remote, we're going to do this, and boom, next thing you know, they come back and their child is a biblical earth creationist. Like, to me, that's exciting. That's what really fires me up.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about this film in particular, it's like a opening one-on-one to people who maybe just heard about it in passing, or they're starting to get into it, and it kind of like helps them along, because there's a lot of other content out there that goes more in detail, but it's more like a soft thing to send to people. Like, hey, have you heard of flat earth? Yeah. And then you can just send them this film, and they have no excuses. It's free,
Yeah,
that's a true story.
Yeah, it's a great springboard into the truth of this, because it'll definitely have them asking the questions and doing the research, and so it's a great, I guess, starting point for it. It'll plant a really good foundation, and then, like you said, let them go and find other things, because they're going to have millions of questions after they watch it. It's not one of those that answers every single question, but it answers a lot of questions, and it's just smart people, brilliant people, explaining things real well and clearly. And then there's our scene, but the other scenes are really good. I'm amazed you guys took anything out of our conversation and made it into something that was impressive.
The one thing we talked about, I was like, we watched the other day, we're like, man, there's a lot of well-spoken and professional people on this cast or interviewees.
Yeah.
Which shows a good light to the community, and I mean, it's on Roku now. It's just the beginning now, and we're planning to get it everywhere. We have plans to try to get it internationally too. So it's a process, but we're gonna.
Actually, last night while I was doing some research for the international stuff, I actually found a distributor potential for getting this into schools, which is interesting. I don't know if schools will pick this up, but
Hospitals.
it would be interesting to see if any of them did.
Yeah, schools and hospitals, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna look into that. I saved it because I'm just like, it's very interesting. I didn't even know that you could do that. So
Yeah.
And the good,
Well,
the good thing,
it'll be a staple at creation standard for sure.
the good thing with the good thing we have with our distributor, we have freedom. So as long as we don't infringe on these few platforms that they're putting it on, we could do anything we want with the film. So we can put it anywhere. Usually, when you sign a contract with distributors, they have the rights, sole rights, for how many years, 10 years. And whatever they do with it, it's on them, and you can't change it. You can't do your own. So we're lucky to have both worlds, you know? So,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how that would work and what all we could do with it. Like even sharing like the trailer now, I was like, can I share that now that it's on Roku? Like,
Oh yeah, share it away, man. Share it away. Let everyone know where to go.
Yeah.
When it comes to sharing the videos, I get the copyright. It sends me on YouTube. Oh, so copyright infringement, and we can prove it. So it's all good.
Oh, okay. So when I actually share it, you guys are like, oh, there he is again. Got to approve that guy.
Yeah, Mark Sargent shared it the other day, and we got a copyright notice from that. So
he did a good job in the film. I know a lot of people are like, how can you put him in there? And like, but you reached out to a lot of people and you didn't hear back from hardly anybody. Nobody. It's hard to find people brave enough to be a part of a documentary that'll put themselves out there, and you get what you receive. And he did an excellent job. Like I watched his part yesterday, and I'm just like, man, he did phenomenal.
I was just gonna say, I wish people would stop giving him such a hard time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because I saw some comments and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what's wrong with you people?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, the truth is people that are mean, they're the ones that hang out behind what was it called, computers.
Yeah,
and they're probably always mean. You know what I mean? That's just who their personality is. And the truth, I guess. I had it. Go for it.
I guess people always try to find something not to like about somebody.
Yeah. The truth community is getting bad about that, and it's rough because love your enemies. You know, you think he's your enemy, send him love. Pray for the guy. You know, the Father's obviously used him to wake up a lot of people, and that's something.
And speaking of, just to add to that, did not our Father use the Pharaoh to release
shows glory.
Yeah, to show his glory through them when he
was hardened his
heart. I'm like tired, as you can tell.
Pharaoh helped harden his heart, so he could show all his wonders. And not even that. During when Jesus was around, Yeshua was around, he was doing his ministry. The apostles came up to him and say, "Hey, those guys over there, they're baptizing in your name. Should we stop them?" He's like, No. As long as they're on the same page.
As long as they're helping the kingdom, let them do what they're doing.
Yeah, even if it's a little bit different.
Yeah, and just, I don't know, Christian people, and that's probably some of you all listening there. You're all nice. Anyways, as a whole, as believers, we need to really work on, and we've talked about this before, the renewing our mind and actually transforming ourselves into what does it look like to be like Jesus. You talk about it all the time. We walk the walk, we talk the talk, but what does the fruit of the Spirit look like? That fruit of the Spirit doesn't end because I decided I want to get angry today or something. It never ends. It's 24/7. As soon as you catch yourself out of the fruit of the Spirit, that's when you decide, I got to turn the other way. The old man's got to die. The way I'm treating this person, la, la, la. You know what I mean? It's just...
What's the fruit of the Spirit? Peace, kindness, long-suffering, patience. Love,
self-control.
Yeah. Missing a couple, but those are very, if you look into the definition of them, I mean, they're pretty obvious, some of them, but you look at it, it's a lot of, peace.
Speaking of love, actually, since we're talking about it, I don't know if Mark Sargent watches this channel, but if any of you guys want to pop on his channel and give him a little love, go ahead and do that. That's brotherly love, man. We want him in the Christian circle. We don't want him to look at us as meanies, right?
For real,
Go out there and give him some love on his channel. Go on that video where he shared the trailer,
And
you
it's
know,
biblical film.
and it's a biblical
so
film.
it's
Hop on there and give them some love. They'll probably pop on there like, what the heck is going on here? But
Why are they not attacking me? What's going on? Yeah,
yeah,
it's rough. I've been on the receiving end of it too. Like, it's that you're a shill, you're this, you're that, like, and it gets painful because sometimes it's people that you've been in fellowship with, even though they might see themselves as just subscribers or commenters. Like, it's like we're a family. I feel like, and we're sharing truth. We're doing all this stuff together. And when people attack and they're a part of that family, a part of that community, it's hurtful. It's hurtful to see them leave, go away. I'm breaking fellowship, for whatever reason. And there's always unique reasons. You never know why, but
yeah.
sad.
That's actually funny because I had a point in my life where I thought if someone didn't believe exactly how I believe, they're not in fellowship.
Yeah.
You got to cut them off. But when it comes to the scriptures, it's very basic. If they believe in the Messiah and following his way, then that's fellowship. That's right there. So.
Yeah, it's so much more of a blessing. You can learn so much more. I've learned so much from fellowship with people who don't believe like me, probably more than I have with people that believe just like me, because there's really not any. Like, even like my own twin brother doesn't believe just like me. Like, it's hard to find somebody who believes just like you. The more you seek, the more you find, the more alone you are in your beliefs, it seems like. So it's hard to find people that believe everything. And
I think it's the biggest thing is just to realize, and like I know you do this just in general as a whole, as a people, these people that don't believe just like us, they were where we were at one point. And sometimes it just takes time. So instead of like beating them over the head or like, saying you're a sinner, whatever it is, like making them feel bad for not understanding, it's just remembering that they're going through this personal growth that you already went through. Go ahead.
Like, salvation is not just a one-time thing or a word you say. It's repentance is turning away toward the Messiah and God, and so that itself is a walk. So when you turn, you are saved. You're going to be saved, and you will be saved. It's a walk. So things you learn, things you adjust. As long your whole life, you're walking that path. So everybody's differently on that path, learning different parts of that path, and are growing. And eventually, when the kingdom comes down, we're going to know exactly how everything should be, and we're going to be fully aware and learning.
Yeah. His children are learning how to walk, and we're all learning to walk at our own pace. And I know some parents, they see their child learning how to walk late, and they're like, "Well, I guess they're not going to be as athletic as this kid or that kid." But you never know, like, what they're going to become. They were just a late bloomer, in their walk.
Yeah, that just for you to remind me of a niece that we had who didn't talk. She was really tiny and all that stuff when she was first born, and it took her a long time to kind of come out of that and like speak to us and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like I don't know when it happened, but she just became this most athletic girl that's almost Olympic. Like, she's so good she could probably go into the Olympics, and she's only like 9 years old or 10 years old at this point.
Not only that, my nephew, he was very slow to speak, but then he started to speak, and he's a grade or two ahead of everybody else with his knowledge. So it's just different,
Yeah, that's right.
It's different. At the end of the day, it's everybody's choice to follow the way or not, and that's the whole point. God wants people to love him, not to be forced.
Yeah.
So.
We are his inheritance. That is humbling. I think about that often. Like, we're what he is looking forward to inheriting. And I think that's why when you get around genuine, humble, truth-seeking, believing people that are the people he's going to inherit, you feel this peace, you feel this joy, and you're like, I'm so excited to be around you guys. It's like we're family, and you're around the Most High's inheritance, which is something special.
Oh yeah.
A humble title we don't deserve, because we were always looking forward to streets of gold and crowns and jewels and all these different things, and he's looking forward to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think David's the only one that said the Most High was his inheritance that I could find.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But this film is one of those things that talk about his kingdom, and it points people the right way.
Yeah.
So we're just very happy and thankful that it's out there, and it's going to start going out there more and more. So,
it seems like a dream. Seems like we're dreaming. I keep seeing that picture. I'm like, there's no way. Like, it just seems like this is something we've been we've been waiting for forever.
I was telling Sarah the other day, I was like, man, I never imagined 4 years ago that I'd have a film on Roku or any of these streaming, not alone being a flat Earth film.
Yeah,
it is very funny.
Yeah,
that is very funny.
Because I was never really, thought I'd ever do a documentary, or this whole topic was new back then too. So
yeah.
Yep.
I like seeing it on the channel. It looks pretty up there, guys. Look at it. I'm like, look at it. Just look at it.
Look at all the other lame films around it. Let's just see.
I mean, for real.
Look at your options here, guys. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
Yeah, is this the main page? Is this from the main page, or this is when you searched it?
Yeah, it's when you go on. It says new this month. That's when y'all sent me.
Okay, that's right. It's so tiny on the phone, I couldn't tell. But yeah, that's cool, man. And look how it just pops out. That's what I was saying. Like the color and everything. How can you not click on that? Yeah.
And you've got things that are trending. The Liquidator, Amazing Medical Stories, and Murder. What does that say? Let me full screen this so I can read it. Murdered.
Yeah, Murdered.
Yeah. We're going to have to beat those shows out. That's our competition, guys. A show about murders, liquidating. The Liquidator. I mean, it's probably a good show. I don't want to diss the guy. He might be watching.
Yeah, you never know. We don't know. We just want ours to do super well and to stay on the channel for a very long time in the trending.
The biggest thing is to get it out of our circle, our echo chamber, as it is.
Yeah.
So that other people who'd never heard about it or heard it in passing have opportunity to watch it and, have their mind start going back and forth. Like, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Like every time you get like somebody who's never heard about it or just heard it in passing, we get the same responses. Very interesting. I learned something today, or stuff like that in that realm.
Yeah, it's interesting. You said in a circle, and that's really what it is, because we're around it all day, every day. All of our friends that start following us and people, they're always exposing us to all these proofs, and it's just like proof overload. You're like, okay, the globe's been obliterated. I expect to walk outside and everybody understand what we understand. And you walk outside and they're still like SpaceX, Starlink, like they're still buying into the lies. And this does branch outside that circle big time, I believe, because everyone, I mean, the Roku is like you turn it on. That's the only thing we have. We got rid of cable. We got rid of everything. All we have is Roku now. We don't have cable or anything. So that's what pops up. You pop that up and you'll see it right there.
Go ahead and watch this many times this weekend. It is free, guys.
Hey, if you've already watched this movie film, just have it play in the background.
Yes.
The more view per minute it is, the more it gets pushed up. And
let it play.
More eyes that never heard about this topic.
Yeah, I did want to add for everyone else that helped us in the beginning when we did the paid on our website. Those numbers on the website really, really helped us land a distributor and had attention from the distributor, because initially that's what they're really looking for. They're looking for profit. What's going to profit them? Will this profit them? And that was the whole point why we had to do that when we charged. And then, like we said earlier on, we actually used that money to do a concept film for another film that we want to do. But anyways, we appreciate all of you guys that did it that paid on the website, because you helped land this on Roku, and you're helping land this on Tubi and many other platforms that we're working towards right now.
Yeah. It's a group effort, family effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Remove that.
Sorry, there's coffee being made.
Can you hear
there's
that,
coffee
guys?
being made. That's what I heard something. Yeah.
We're in our apartment's clubhouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So sorry about that, guys.
Oh, it's good. It's part of the show, part of the experience.
It's either the coffee or a dog barking in the background.
Hey, I am a director. She's actually making it for me. It's my
assistant. Yeah, you were a director. I forgot about that. You were director of the new film you guys are working on with Otto, the same one from Origins Untold. That's amazing.
Oh, it's visually and everything. It's going to look really good. Yeah. It's just a historical piece. It's actually a series. It's going to be, I think, like a 3-season mini-series. And it's going to look pretty good. Like, it's not biblical, but it doesn't matter. It's still a job. I mean, I still had an opportunity on set to pray for a child that needed it, little things like that. You know what I mean?
We were able to talk to the crew about Greater.
Oh, it was
and they were
so neat.
Quiet and just like. wide-eyed.
One of the final days, because we were definitely very busy the first days of filming or whatever, but one of the final days we had a moment where we could just sit down and talk about things. And one of the guys actually, I think, watched Origins Untold. And we just started talking about creation and the movie and just all sorts of stuff. And I loved hearing him say to us, you know, you guys are like one of the few people that I feel like I can have this conversation with, because my parents were the really, really religious type and blah, blah, blah. And it just turned me off on religion. But the way you guys talk about Jesus and the Word of God, I can relate to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was so nice. Yeah. There's someone over there. I'm going to see if I can get quiet real quick. So hold on. I'll be right back, guys.
Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
But yeah, like the way, if you have a soft spirit within you, and you have the fruits of the Spirit, and with the knowledge that we already have on earth and other stuff on how being obedient, all that kind of stuff, and just that stuff is just when you start to speak to people and that love, their eyes just open up and just soaking it in, even if they wholeheartedly disagree with you, but it opens their heart to the truth. But if you come in with like, how can you be this way, or condemning, it's right away closed and they hate you.
Yep.
And our purpose is to preach in a kind, loving way, and then it's the Holy Spirit, God's Spirit, to turn the heart. Yeah.
All right, back. Hello.
We hear you.
Yeah.
And the delay is gone. That's good.
It's okay. It's someone I knew over there, so it was
okay.
easy. And yeah, I've talked to her about biblical earth as well. I've talked to so many people. Anyways, this is one thing I like about living in apartments. I don't want to live in apartments forever, but I do like it because I feel like God has opened so many opportunities for me to have conversations with people about God and Jesus and obviously biblical earth.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's been kind of cool.
That's what I miss. I miss that apartment life, because in college we lived in the apartments in like downtown Chattanooga, and you get to see so many cool, unique people, especially in Chattanooga. It's like a almost like a hippie town, sort of, like all the people there are just kind of like laid back, and it's nice talking to people in those types of environments. Yeah. You normally wouldn't talk to. I don't talk to anybody where I live unless I walk to my neighbor's house, like way down the road.
Yeah, and that's like, I think that's something that I look at as kind of a privilege right now, that kind of luxury, because when you do live in a house and you're more separated, right, from your neighbors and stuff like that, you have less opportunity to talk to people. You know what I mean? Unless you're like going out in public places all the time, which we should be doing too. Whenever we go in public places, when you go get your coffee, if you feel spirit-led, make sure you talk to that person across the way.
That's hard to do. It's hard because we like to. People like me, I guess, more introvert. You like to just go. I'm going to go in, not make eye contact, to get the stuff and get back to the car. And but it's like when you're listening, like Yeshua did. And when you're listening, that's a big part of it, is listening, and it's hard. We want to talk. Like my prayers used to always be just talking, and I think a big part of it is listening. What are we supposed to do next? Guide my steps. Show me what to do, because I'm going to take the wrong step otherwise. Listening seems like, when you look at the characters in the Bible, like like you guys are doing the film about Abraham, being able to listen, like they would speak and then they would wait and listen. I think that's what's really cool. I'm like, man, they had so much faith. They would speak and then they go, all right, I'm listening now. I don't remember prayers being like that when I was growing up, where it was just like, here's my want list. This is what I want. Bless me, and bless me more. Amen.
One quick tip is, whenever you start to consume the scriptures and consume that, it says that's what's going to come out, what you put in. So if you just start to have a conversation, whatever's inside of you is just going to automatically come out, even if you don't want it to. And it's just part of you now. That's one thing that was, for me, a growth. Because I was always afraid to tell people about God or Yeshua. But whenever you start consuming His Word and start to fill yourself with that, that's what comes out.
So I'd like to add, you consume His Word, but then you actually believe on the Word, so that when the scriptures say, I am confident and I can do all things through Christ, right? Like when you believe on what you're actually saying, not just saying it, then your actions will start to reciprocate what you're believing, because it goes from, when you take in like scripture, for instance, it goes into the mind, right? Which goes into the soul and spirit, depending on what, like the direction that you believe in with that. And once it connects with your soul and spirit, whatever you believe in that area, that is what tells your flesh what to do. And those are your actions. So like, I agree with him. And then I say, just believe. When you start to actually really believe it, then you start to step out and take action, even if you feel an ounce of fear. It's that some would call this in like a brain retraining type perspective, is you go out and you exposure train in this environment. So that means, so you, like I said, you go to that coffee shop and you're really nervous. You're like, but I feel like I'm supposed to talk to that person. You know what I mean? So then even if you go and you feel shaky leg the first time, you know what I'm saying? But you go and you do it. Yeah, you Barney Fife it. You know what I mean? Afterwards, when you realize the impact it was for that person, when you went over there and you reached out to them, that's going to change everything. And then you do it again the next time and it gets easier. And every single time you make the decision to do it, go not against the spirit, because our flesh is always trying to go against the spirit, right? By causing fear and anxiety and all that stuff. You go against that negative spirit and go to the positive spirit, what it's supposed to look like. And then you see the changes happening. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's another topic, another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So I want to make sure before we lose you guys, I don't know how much longer y'all have with the phone life. Anything else you guys wanted to add about the film? The plans, I think you guys mentioned that it's going to be on other platforms, and then we will announce that as it comes in.
Yeah, so we're waiting to hear back from other platforms. Like we said, we've already heard back from one. We're just waiting for them to launch it on their website. And we are still, just because I know there were some people that were interested in making this a series, there is still want and desire from all of us, including Otto, to make this into the series, to dive into the Bible and to just get, dive into other topics. So that's something you're going to hear about pretty soon from us. I don't know if you want to add anything. Just keep watching and keep sharing it as well. Let's get this thing on trending. And like David said earlier, you know, if you think about it, you know, and you're not doing anything, you're cleaning the house, just pop it on and just play in the background, even if you've already watched it, because you're just adding to, I think it's called the algorithm or something.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Of viewership, the minutes. So
yeah.
Yeah. So
they keep track of all that stuff. They keep track of who's viewing what the most, and they will push things. I mean, different platforms can push certain agendas and certain things, but they're going to put out what's being viewed the most. Like that's right. There is an aspect of that, especially with Roku right now. I don't think Roku's not as bad as Netflix. In that aspect. Netflix, you pull that up and it's like, I can't pull that up in front of children now. I'm like, whoa, what is this ad popping up? This preview to this movie, and it's like, it is bad. And
well, Netflix is a paid subscription, so they don't care necessarily the view count.
Yeah.
But these ad revenue, they want more ad revenues, so that's what they're going to push. So it's a little different. But yeah, our plan is to get this everywhere, from just everywhere.
I know someone's asking on one of our platforms about getting it like foreign, you know, travel, get it overseas and stuff. We are still working on that stuff. Once again, just the patience that you guys all give with this, it all takes time. This movie world, like trying to, from the filming, which is pre-production, and all the things that go into pre-production, into production, into post-production. It takes a long time. That's why sometimes you'll hear about a movie was filming 2 years ago and it finally gets out 2 years later. Well, that's why. It's not an easy process, but once it gets there, the work that's done, it's just, and especially because we have our Father in heaven, it's going to be blessed.
Well, let alone that we are doing other stuff.
Oh yeah, we're trying to make a living too, because we have to eat food, guys.
Months and months of work.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was going to say, just, you know, watch it and share it with people who are on the fence of Flat Earth or never heard about it. And just like, hey, it's free. Watch it, you know.
I mean, it's free. That's like, I remember a lot of people were wanting it for free before. So this is great news, guys. I know I've said that a lot, but it really is.
Is there a way to put reviews on Roku? I'm like on the internet, maybe?
Oh, that's the last thing I would like to add. So Roku, you can't, but I believe the other channels, once we get on there, you will be able to. So Of course, we want you guys to do the same thing you're doing right now as soon as it launches on Tubi and all those other channels, and write a positive review. Why? Because we need to make sure the positive reviews outweigh any of the negative, because there's going to be some negative reviews popping up, which we know, and we don't want that to discourage people that are interested in the topic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, a lot of people will be like, I thought this was about aliens. And no, the anger. Yeah. Outweigh it. You guys send David and Sarah some love. Any way you can support them, find a way, because they are phenomenally talented to be as humble as they are, and young, and they have the energy and the drive and motivation to do this. A rare package, a rare duo.
It's our 9-year anniversary yesterday.
Oh yeah, our 9-year anniversary is yesterday, guys.
Man,
So.
y'all got married when y'all were 12.
Well, I feel like we're the same age, Josh.
I know.
So you know.
Yeah. When I found out how young y'all were, I was like, I thought y'all seemed young, but the way y'all were doing stuff, and you've kind of got like your career and your confidence, I'm like, they've been doing this for a while, and then find out how young y'all are, and I'm like, man.
Well, Josh, I'll never forget the first time I heard your voice, and I never saw your face, and I thought you were Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was. Like, that's such a sweet old man that David's listening to. He's got a friendly voice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're okay. You're good.
Yeah. I freak people out when I first show my face. They're like, whoa, hide it. Put it back away. That is not what we expected. We expected a better looking older man.
Oh,
no.
Actually,
you're
I expected like a younger guy, like Southern construction boy.
Yeah, Southern. Yeah, got the Southern part.
You're very Southern, man.
Plain. I try not to be, but where I live, it's impossible. It just comes out of you.
It's just embedded in you right now at this point.
Yeah, I've tried so hard to get rid of the Southern accent, and you just can't. You can a little bit, but.
Well, what would help is if you guys decided to move somewhere that's not Southern, because I'm from Illinois originally, and I used to have like their style of talking, and now I've been living in North Carolina, and you can't really tell the difference. Like some people can hear it though a little bit, but you don't hear it as much anymore as when I first moved here. So yeah, just all you have to do is move away. Just like if you moved overseas and you decided to take on the language, let's say we went to Italy and we decided to move there. Take on the language, and then you just take on the culture. You can actually start to build the accent a little bit just by being there. You just being there for a time. Yeah. Yeah.
Mine changed dramatically moving. Actually, we moved further north. We moved to the North Georgia area from South Georgia, and the accent was worse there than it was further south.
Oh, wow.
It was like you just get rid of all sounds, like TH, that sound. You don't even have to say that sound when you talk. Just get rid of those letters, and that's what you do. So
how would it sound? Like say it.
Instead of saying there, it'd be like over there, right over there.
Yeah.
You know, like they would like. There's no TH, and I'm like, that's genius. It's so much easier to say. And so like, here I am, 9 years old, and I'm starting to talk like that, and I'm like, man, it was just easier. I'm like, you don't have to say those letters. All right, I'm in.
That's really nice, except for the when we hear you, we're like, please stop.
Yeah. Add away.
You can have your Southern accent. It's funny, man.
It's fun. It's fun getting made fun of.
Fun. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this has been a major blessing to see this film come out and be people sharing it. I'm seeing people share it already. The souls that are going to be brought closer to the Most High is what I look forward to seeing. I know you guys do too. And I remember when you were putting this out there, you're like, that's what we are hoping, even if it's just one person. But now that it's on Roku, I have a feeling it's going to be, I'm tens of thousands of people at least that have that change to where they're now interested in going back to Genesis, going back to the good book. Yeah. And that's why I got a lot of us. It takes a different level.
Before our phone dies, because I know it's getting close, but I do wish that Roku had reviews, but the other channels will, so we're going to see it from that perspective. The reason why I want to see more reviews, because the reviews are going to come from a lot of people that have never seen it before. And it's too bad we can't see it on this one, because that'll tell us our numbers. We won't know any numbers of how many people watched it until like
3 months.
I think it's like 3 months. Yeah. We don't see any. It's like a quarterly thing. Yeah. So at this point, we're just like, we just know without knowing, I guess.
We're in the dark, as most of the world is.
Yeah, we're in the dark like you guys are.
That's tough. I hate not being able to watch the views go up and the comments.
It's kind of a good thing though too, because like I don't want my brain to be distracted on that. I know that we're doing everything that we're supposed to do to make it happen, and everything else is just up to him. I say to David all the time, I'm like, there was a point for us to do this movie and do this whole project and talk about flat Earth. It wasn't just something that like why would he want us to talk about his creation? You know what I mean? If he didn't want to spread it further than just YouTube on the small channels, because how, like we talked about before, there's a certain number of people, and then they only allow you to grow so big. So it's a very small, it's shadow band. So it's a very small number. So it's really nice to see that God is using us to build his platform of his word out there. There's a reason for it. So he's going to bless it for sure.
Yeah. He's trying to see who's going to endure to the end.
Absolutely.
And push through all the lies and the nonsense and the hate. Yeah. So that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
He judges the heart, character of the heart, in all circumstances,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you guys have done a great work. Just the way things fell into place from the beginning when you guys came on and we were asking for support. Everything. You could see the Father's hand in this the whole way. And your spirits, even though when you guys didn't think it was working out, and you're like, well, if it's his will, it's going to happen. And then it was like, it's happening. And it was like, here we go, feet on the ground, let's run. And you guys just took off. And I'm going
that was such an exciting day. I'll tell you what, when we realized it really was happening, it was such an exciting day. And it's going to happen again and again with future projects. I already know it.
Yeah, I have that feeling too.
There's also a learning curve for people who didn't believe that we were real or we were shills or whatever. It's a learning curve for them to be like, hey, not everything is bad. Not everyone is bad. And God uses people that you least expect. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. He's used me in times where I did not, there was no way he should have been using me. I'm like, you could have used anybody. I think they just lost phone power, possibly. We shall see. They might come back. But yeah, that was David and Sarah. If we lost them, I think we got the word out about the film Origins Untold. They are awesome people. Blessed to work with them. Go and watch the film. The person here, Canadian cool dude, there you go, said it's blocked in Canada. So is the website blocked too? Is it that bad there? And I heard somebody call it Canada. Is it that bad? I hope not. But yeah, if you can watch it on the internet, I know if they don't allow Rokus, that is weird. That is just next level crazy. But things are interesting in the world. Things are tightening down with censorship. They've even made homeschooling illegal in many places. So let's. There they are.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I thought we lost them. Yeah.
Yeah, the phone. It's okay. And yeah, I saw that comment too, where you talking about the one from Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do they have other channels like Tubi and stuff?
I hope so. That's just weird that they would not allow Roku. Why? Like, my mind's trying to wrap around why. And I'm assuming this might be why. They don't censor Roku enough. And so, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it out there. Yeah. We'll definitely get it out there.
My bro, he's in. He said he can't wait to see what's next.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for us. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, definitely.
Now that we're on Roku, there's no stopping.
I've been hearing that you've been getting all these like love gifts, random packages at your door. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, you are in your own way, Mr. Hollywood. Now you were one of the actors.
Yeah. Yep, I'm an actor. Yeah.
Except he's not lying. I know actors. They say like, I don't know.
It's that career of lying or something?
Not necessarily, but yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I think you guys have outdone yourselves. Honestly, like, I still can't believe going to the premiere, seeing the film for the first time. I had high expectations, and like I said before, and watching it on the big screen and just like the emotions, your heart's racing because you're excited. You see the Origins Untold. Like everything, the way it all went together was just so awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would just sit and make videos all the time if I could knock them out like that, just all day. I'd be in some lab with screens everywhere, doing videos. But yeah,
Well, if we get a big enough ministry, that's what you kind of need, because obviously, all that stuff takes a lot of time, and it is money too.
Yes.
But yeah.
Especially the quality. That kind of quality takes money.
We need to find some like gold coins and some fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for those fishes. Actually,
Yeah.
I've been following real quick because I know the phone's going to die. I've been following a channel on how to look for gold in the creeks and stuff. So I want to get one of those little dish pans.
Yep.
Have you ever seen any of that before?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Like this one guy, he was with another guy, and they found gold, and I think he found like $1,500 worth of gold just within that little video clip on YouTube. It's like, dang, he knows what he's doing. We got to find that gold.
Dang. That would be awesome.
Funny. Yeah.
He says, I can get on a Roku, but the movie link is banned in my area. That's weird.
That's weird.
Oh, wait, you mean our movie link? Is that what they're saying?
I think so.
I already know why, if I'm correct. This is Canada, right?
Yeah.
I saw that Trudeau guy about 6 months ago, a video went out where he's like, oh, there's something we got to do about those flat earthers, blah, blah, blah. It was like in one of their
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's highly probable maybe that has to
maybe just search it on your Roku rather than clicking the link.
Yeah. It is on our website too, though. We're at this point. You are still welcome. We're not taking any. Whenever we add movies, we're going to put them on our website as well, so people can reach it through there. So that's another option for now.
Yeah, FesiukFilms.com. I think I need to go and I may have added that. I think that link's in the description to your website. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm wrong, I'll go back and add that. But yeah, I hope it is. So you guys can check out their other work. When I met you guys, y'all were doing videos for weddings a lot on the side. You were doing the independent films. So we're hoping that can be a career.
We want that to be a full-time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know you guys, as we know, we're all brothers and sisters in Christ. You can pray for us in that area as well. That's what our Father wants for us, and that's what's going to happen. We definitely want that to happen.
Yeah. So do we. So does everybody that's seen this film and what can happen. This is just practice for the things to come.
I just look like an angel, David. He's trying to bring the light.
The halo's going away. There it is.
It's on top of my head now.
Yeah.
It's that sun.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yep, that local sun. It's like I'm a part of this. This is why people are waking up too. You know, the light in the firmament here. Give me some spotlight.
Well, all right, guys. It was fun. It was a pleasure, and just go out and share it, watch it, even when you're doing the dishes or whatever. Just let it be playing in the background, on mute or whatever.
And just whenever you meet that person that I don't know, that has those kind of questions, this is definitely a good movie, like a first step, where it doesn't feel like so much pressure learning about the topic. So. Yeah.
And before everybody goes, I mean, you guys can go now if you like. I don't want to keep you. I was going to talk about a few things.
We're here.
Oh yeah, I didn't know.
This wasn't for you guys. It was just somebody had shared. I lost them. Somebody had shared a book with me, and I wanted to give them a shout out right here. Confusion in the Cosmos. They had shared that. Miguel Stefano, if I'm saying that right. Confusion in the Cosmos. I haven't even read the books yet, but just like looking at the chapters, these things look awesome. Got them yesterday. Confusion in Christianity. That's another one. Sorry. Okay. Green screen's messing with it. Miguel Stefano. Look those books up. Awesome brother. Sent those yesterday. I've had some other books too I need to bring out and share. I'm just bad about doing that. I never bring them up to my office. So I wanted to give a shout out to Miguel for doing that.
It's still here. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah. Guys, I assure you they're video experts. This does not happen on set. This does not happen on set.
No, next time we do this, we're going to go back to our place and just let it be. There it is. There
we go.
We're just not.
They're lighting experts. They are lighting experts. I've seen it in person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is very funny. Anyways, next time we'll do better. And props to those books. I was totally listening. I'm going to check them out.
Yeah. Confusion in Christianity, Decoding the Doctrines. I forgot to say the little subtitle. That always helps you find it. And then Confusion in the Cosmos. The cover looks really good. My green screen background's interfering with it, but it looks really good. So yeah, there's that. People are dropping off. Everybody's not watching the live stream because they're watching the video. That is my assumption. They've already gone to the Roku, so we've lost them. But yeah. Thank you guys. I'll go ahead and let you guys get back to your busy lives. And we will see everyone around real soon. I'm hoping to get back doing more videos. I've just been busy with Creation Standard. But thank you, David, Sarah, for joining us with all the chaos. You guys are awesome. We love you.
You're
Everyone
awesome
loves you.
too. Bye, Josh. Bye, everyone.
All right, we'll see y'all.